Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Can everyone hear me? Can you see the Bitcoin chart and volume is okay and everything? All works. All right, perfect. Mitten im Raum. Turing. Mruvex. Uzi. Roger. Zomer. Omer. Alasnot. Akshay. Yannick. What's up, guys? RG. All good, bro? All right. How do you draw perfectly horizontal lines? You just hold shift. Do this, then press shift. And then... Hey, Alex. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes so some people can join. And then we'll get started. We'll discuss Bitcoin, what I'm thinking on the different time frames. Obviously more focusing on daily levels as always, but I'll start on the higher time frames and explain what I think, yeah, what I'm watching, where I'm looking to trade, and then if anyone has any questions, of course. Yeah. How is we doing, bro? We're doing good, bro. Goedemiddag. How long have you been trading? For 4 or 5 years now? Started off in 2017. Thought we'll fill CME before drop. I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. I don't trade stocks, no. 30k later today or what? Let's see, man. Definitely possible. It's looking pretty fucked right now. But yeah, we'll see in a minute. Can you live off trading only? Yeah, of course you can. But yeah, take some time, of course. Are you in any position now? Nope, I'm flat on everything. I tried a long this morning actually, but yeah, got it validated pretty quickly, so I took the loss. But yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. I'll explain why. And I'll also explain why I was bullish here, but then flipped bearish. Why didn't you short the rejection? Yeah, why didn't you short 67k? That's an easy question, but in hindsight, it's always easy, right? Yannick, I already answered your question. Draw horizontal lines by holding shift. Okay, so I guess we'll get started. So first things first, The video is sponsored again by PrimeXBT, an online exchange where you can trade all kinds of different markets, not only crypto but also commodities, indices, and forex, with a Bitcoin based account or USDT or whatever you want. Great exchange. I have a link in the description as well as a promo code you can use to get up to $7,000 in bonuses, so it's definitely worth checking them out. And then leave a like on the video, that helps me a lot, that helps me grow my YouTube channel. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to get notifications of when I go live and stuff like that. Alright, that is much appreciated. El Romano, what's up, man? Okay, so Bitcoin now. Let's start off on the weekly and draw that high time frame range again, right? So on the monthly even, the big bull run, then from this high we got rejected and saw the first real downside after this massive upside. The first low that we made was that one, so that's gonna be range low. From range low we went up to range high, swept the highs, deviated above, beautiful sweep, and then started nuking. Okay, so the draw on the high the high time frame is gonna be range low. Okay, so range high swept, range low unswept, so draw on liquidity is gonna be range low. So ultimately the downside target that you want to be having will be range low. Okay, but yeah, basically everyone is watching range low. So let's see if we get it. Not too sure. What did we see these last couple days slash weeks, right? So we saw the downside here, big downside, then a wick. Everyone was calling for range low here, but we bounced. I was actually in a long there, closed way too early, but anyways, profited anyways. But yeah, we basically bounced from this area, which is the demand that led to the upside towards range high. What does that mean? Simply the sideways price action here that brought us to the breakout, retest, and then upside. Okay, so bounced nicely there. From there we pumped, took out some highs up here into our range mean, lining up with supply up here, rejected perfectly, and now we're seeing downside again. So well, we swept the highs here, got the downside, then bounced, got everyone bullish again. I was bullish there as well. I'll explain why in a second. And then yeah, we started selling off again. Okay, so up here after this daily candle I was bullish and looking for longs. The reasoning being was basically the daily. First of all, this daily candle closed immensely strong, obviously, as you can see, and then on the next daily candle we had a flat top, and yeah, we got a pretty nice buyback, which made me bullish, and I was targeting the highs up here, which then was a previous weekly high candle. And then where did I flip bearish? If you zoom in to the lower time frames, we got a sweep of some lows here. Well, so first this sweep, but then this one. And if price was bullish here, we should have seen continuation from this, in my opinion. So we swept the lows here, took out liquidity below here into yeah, this key SR level, this area. So swept the lows right in there, got a good buyback. Okay, so was still bullish up here, but then we started bleeding down again, and then this move here happened in the morning. Got another retest, so failed to continue higher. Got another retest, got another good buyback, but then rejected again from supply. And then after we got this candle down, that's where I flipped bearish. If this would have been bullish consolidation, that should have led to upside. It should have moved from here, from this move, and at least from this move, in my opinion. Then we would have taken this, reclaimed it as support, and then started grinding up. But we didn't, and we failed again, broke down again, and that's where I said, well, yeah, we failed to break higher over and over again, and tested this level quite some times. So I thought it would break down, and that's what it did. And then I saw quite some people who were longing this. I was holding my short through this. Why? Because, I mean, obviously it is a demand zone, but if you look at the higher time frames, and higher time frames are always king, as I've said multiple times, and on the daily, obviously there was more reason to be bearish when price came back in here than bullish. The reasons being high swept into supply, then clean retest, started selling off, which made this the retest, right? And on top of that, on the 4 hour, we had these lows and these lows unswept, which made the draw on liquidity below here. And yeah, made the chances of us bouncing on this little consolidation pretty slim. Okay, does that make sense? So that's why I flipped bearish, held my shorts. Sadly, it was very low risk at that time. I lost some trades in a row, so went lower risk on that one. And then obviously that was the one that played out. But anyways, still profited from it. So yeah, closed those shorts down here. Way too early, but yeah, that's fine. So does that make sense? Then we'll get into what I'm watching next. Oof. Swept my net worth. Oof. Okay, so now, so we're dumping quite heavily right now. What zones am I watching? So at first I was watching this area for a bounce play, but yeah, obviously we're into that area now, and it's looking pretty heavy. What I'm thinking is we at least let's remove that for a while. At least sweep these equal lows down here. If we take a look at the 12 hour, then this was the last down candle before we started grinding higher and took out these stops above here. So this area should provide a bounce in my opinion. Why? Because basically it's the same as when we were dumping here, right? So we were dumping and everyone was straight up calling for these lows down here. Meanwhile, we just swept the lows, boom, into that demand area. With everyone being bearish, yeah, that's an easy long. I did actually long here, like I said, closed it too early, but anyways, I think we will see something similar this time, maybe on the lower time frame. So maybe we won't see a bounce like we saw here from 32 to 45, or what was it? So maybe not a 10k bounce, but I do think we see some support, and I don't think that we break straight through. Okay, so what am I watching? I'm either looking for longs down here, so that would be something like this, long the sweep of this low right here. Invalidation is set below this area, which is also below this low that got swept before we started our run to 45k. So nice confluence around there. So that would be something I would probably long. Target around the 42k area. Why there? Clean highs here. Didn't take much liquidity to the upside before we started continuing to the downside. And if you take a look at high block as well, there's a shit ton of confluence above this 41k high. So then I think we'll be heading for that area. also this sort of breaker, right? So consolidation, upside, then straight up broke through, so probably resistance on the way up. So that's a nice area to target for longs. So that's the first scenario I'm watching. Second one, if we take a look at where the weekly open is resting, weekly open, monthly open, as you can see, that all lines up pretty nicely. Within this area, this was also the area, the consolidation that led to the move higher, right? So sideways price action, upside, now we just broke through. So we can expect this area to act as resistance. So if we get up here before dumping into this area, I think that's a pretty nice short. So in here, short targeting there. And obviously, what's the long scenario? Like I said, either way, either long lower down around this area, or if we manage to break back above these levels, then that's a deviation, a sweep of these lows below the monthly and the weekly open, and then the reclaim is your long. What's your invalidation then? Probably if this is low in below here, and target, as I said, up here. So then that would look something like this. Then you just know if price retraces back towards these levels, that would mean we would have lost the monthly open and the weekly open again, and that would probably send price a lot lower. If not, happy days, nice trade. And yeah, easy invalidation. If we do this, yeah, just look for weakness, look for a local sweep of some highs here, and then that's the shorts. Targeting here, invalidation up here. So then that's something like this. As you can see, 1.8R and this one 2.5. Nice place, both nice place. And then if it dumps straight down from here, then that's your long. Stop will be wider, but your entry for longs will be better as well. So that would also give you 2R, which is fine. Does that make sense? I'm long ETH now, scalp trade though. Yeah, I mean, a bounce here perfectly makes sense. But yeah, I'm personally not longing here because I don't have a clean invalidation. We're below the weekly open, we're below the monthly open, things to keep in mind. So yeah, just longing here. I mean, where do you put your stop, right? I'd have to keep it below here to feel safe. And yeah, if you target this, then you have a 1R trade. That's not really worth it. Well, if the probability would be very, very high, I would probably take a 1R trade. But since we could easily nuke further, I rather wait for a better entry or a reclaim of the weekly and monthly open and this area to go long with the tighter stop and a better risk reward. Love watching this, great analysis, so much insight. Thanks, man. Clean, totally makes sense. Okay. Good morning, Josh. All right, so I did already take a loss this week, actually. Oops. So what was I watching this morning? So we were trading up here. I was watching this local range. So high swept, low was unswept. We were trading above here. And I was looking for longs on a sweep of this and was targeting these highs. I thought we would go for those highs first and then would see continuation to the downside. But yeah, as you can see, some ugly closes. So I longed like right here and kept my stop below here. Why? Basically because invalidation was very clear. You had this monthly open resting here, weekly open resting here, and the demand resting here. So the risk reward was very good. As you can see, to the highs it was over 3R. And you have the clean invalidation, which is why I took it. But yeah, closed before the stop loss and went very low risk, so I took the loss around here. Why? Because pretty much the plan was to long the sweep of the low. I wanted to see a quick move below and a strong buyback close up here. Then the chances of continuation would have been higher, but we closed ugly down here, so I cut the trade. And yeah, luckily I did. Otherwise, obviously, I would have been stopped out by now. Okay. So yeah, already in a loss for the week, but that's fine. Gonna be taking it easy. And yeah, as I explained, my game plans are set for now. That's what I'm watching. Either longing lower down, longing the reclaim of these levels, or shorting up here to down here. Clean, sir. RR always 1-2 or better. Yeah, I try to focus also on 2R or greater for a setup. But yeah, it's not only about risk reward, it's also about probability, right? Which is the background music. It's lo-fi beats, but anim lo-fi playlist, something like that. Okay, 1 second. Bullish divergence. I don't really trade divergences, so yeah. How to deal with trades while sleeping? Do you think closing half position might be a good idea? Yeah, I barely hold over the night. I'm mostly a day trader, so look for quick moves. But if my trade is already running in profit, and it's looking like yeah, if the trade is going well, I'll probably hold overnight with my stop at the same place. I don't like moving stops to break even, because in my opinion stops are used for well, obviously at an invalidation point, and people tend to move their stops to break even once they're in profit, but that doesn't mean that you have new invalidation set. And then yeah, you often get the scenario where you get stopped out at break even and then the price runs to target anyways. So yeah, I don't like also trailing stops. I don't see the benefit in using them. I mean, everyone his own strategy, but I barely use my move my stop. RSI to WEC to using. How old are you? I'm 22. So let's take a look at high block. And as you can see, the area that I would be targeting if I'm long is this block, right? As you can see, lots of confluence in this area. So the 41.5k area would be nice. And most lick used to the downside have been taken. Yeah, which is why I think if we do see a nuke further from here, I think you long this. Bitcoin doesn't yeah, it wants to fuck with your mind always, right? And if we dump in here, you'll see everyone will be bearish and will be calling for this set of equal lows, which is why I think we get a bounce first. And then it would make sense, right? Dump in here, everyone bearish calling for the lows, we bounce, take out all of this liquidity in here, everyone's bullish again, and then aggressive downside all the way down to 29k. So yeah. Or we nuke from here. Definitely also possible, but I don't see it. I think we trap some shorters first. Peter, hello. Can you check if CME is created at any long-term view, end of the year, for instance? I mean, as I said, I'm mostly just day trading, and yeah, I suck at swing trading, to be honest. Well, suck, I mean, I don't really do it. I like trading the lower time frames more. Quick in and outs. But yeah, my overall view on this is basically that we're ranging, right? We're simply in this monthly range. If we head for a range lows from here, I think anything below here is a good spot buy. Anything here, to be honest, even above range low. I think anything below 30k is a great spot buy. Not a long necessarily, but for spots, yeah, I see that as a good investment. Because if you believe that Bitcoin is going to 100k, right? Does it really matter if you buy at 29k or at 22k, right? It doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know we'll see much downside below 30k, to be honest. Those people calling for the previous all-time high retests, not sure, to be honest. Maybe a wick. Maybe like last March where we wick to 3k. I don't see it. But yeah, obviously if we get it, so be it. But yeah. Bulls are afraid global crisis, just hold with iron balls. Yeah, I mean, big difference between investing and trading, of course. I'm also holding spots, and yeah, I'm simply not gonna sell it, but I have less than 10% of my net worth in crypto at the moment. Yeah, so yeah. How do you distinguish between what are good perp trades and what are good spot trades? Well, for longer term, I simply use spots, and for short term, I use perps. If you're trading like daily moves, you're not gonna be trading them with spots, right? Then you want to be using margin. But if it's a buy and hold, then spot. Do you think if World War III happens, we dump hard? I'm not an FA guy, to be honest. I mainly I fully trade on the charts and nothing else. Also, don't really look at other markets. I just trade Bitcoin, and that's been working for me for the last couple of years. So I'm gonna continue doing that until it doesn't work, I guess. But FA and looking at other things than just a chart can fuck with your mind so hard that it's not worth it. How many times I've seen people not taking a trade because they look at something else and then missing a trade that would have worked perfectly because it was all in the charts. It's insane. What are you holding in spot? I'm only holding Bitcoin and a few, a couple of percentages in ETH as well, but mostly Bitcoin. I don't hold any alts. I never have, to be honest. I sometimes trade them when they're hot, but don't hold them spot. Chart never lies. Exactly. That's yeah, basically what I'm saying, have been saying for ages, and that's how I trade. But yeah, obviously the weekly not looking too hot, right? So yeah, if we nuke straight through everything, so be it. See it as an opportunity, I'd say. But yeah, I don't see it happening, to be honest. I think we see a bounce first. So that's also the reason I went very low risk this morning with the trade. And I will probably go very small risk if I long down here as well. Because, yeah, you often on a chart have different demand levels, and you don't know if it's gonna bounce on this one, or on this one, right? And if you long, blindly long with big risk every time, and it just nukes through, you're gonna blow your account. So first of all, you want to make sure you only have a couple levels, and you want to make sure that if you're gonna long every level, that if you catch the right long, that it pays for all of the others that have failed. And that's why you need proper risk management. This was this morning's trade. This one was a mistake. Instantly closed this one. But that's the trade of this morning. So I just know if the risk reward of that one was over 3R, which is why I took it. But yeah, it failed. But that's fine. I would probably take it again. Those trades have worked in the past, so yeah. Do you ever use volume profile? Nope. What other sources of income do you have? I have a couple, but it's all from crypto, basically. When did you get into trading? In 2017. Which exchange? For Bitcoin, I use Bybit. Bitcoin is about to nuke. Is it? I don't know. Is about to nuke. We just nuked like 2K. Took out last week's low. Took out local low. I don't know. Shorting here. Where do you put your stop? Above here. Target here. Everyone thinks it will bounce, and hence it doesn't. Possibly. I don't know. I bet if we're trading here, everyone will be calling for these lows. I mean, it would be brutal if we would just nuke straight through everything, and yeah, I don't see it happening. I'm buying 36. Do you use any indicators? Only indicators I use are for key levels like monthly open, weekly open. And apart from that, nothing pretty much. Shorting at this level is too late. Wait for the long and the SFP. Yeah, I mean, maybe longing this morning was a mistake because we swept local liquidity into supply and the risk reward for shorts was definitely there. If you would have shorted here, then invalidation would probably be up here. And then you can see the risk reward is beautiful, but down here, I don't know. But yeah, I'm better at longing than shorting. I'll tell you that. It's not that I'm only looking for longs, but I'm definitely better at longing. Yeah, everyone has his own favorite setup, and mine is longing. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't long every single bottom. And even then, you can be profitable only longing in a downtrend, and you can be profitable only shorting in an uptrend, as long as you take profits fast enough. Yeah. So the people saying like, you've been longing since the top. Yeah, well, as long as you're profitable, it's fine, right? But yeah, lately it's been definitely more profitable if you're better at shorting, because yeah. But the time will come where we grind up again and accelerate to the upside. I hope at least. But yeah, I'm convinced that we'll see higher prices again in the future. But yeah, be prepared for everything, I guess. What's your view on log linear charts? I don't know. There's almost no difference, in my opinion. Guys, if you haven't already, please leave a like on the video. We only have 22 likes. Let's get them to 50 at least. I don't know, man. Your shorts in the group were very profitable. I have a note on you that I definitely follow every short you post. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I try to trade both ways as much as possible, but yeah. Where would you long? I explained what I'm watching next at the start of the video. I think I'm either longing lower down here, so on a sweep of these lows, or the reclaim of these levels and this consolidation. So longing a reclaim of this, then invalidation becomes here, longing here with invalidation below here, or shorting the retest here, targeting here. Do you trade in 15 minutes charts? Sometimes, yes. I mostly use the 4-hour and the hourly. And sometimes use the 15 minutes for my entries. We could bounce from here, but yeah, like I said, I don't really see the risk reward here. As you can see, this was also a little consolidation that led to this upside, which could also be acting as support. We just took out this low. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be shorting here. But yeah, that's just me. Then I'd at least wait for the retest of this, and then... because then you have a clean invalidation, right? You know, if you short here, you can keep your invalidation somewhere like right here, maybe a little higher. If we bounce from here, OTE, see, would be there. So a spike in there is fine. And then you want to see a rejection and target lower. So then you have a beautiful risk reward. But up here, down here, sorry, it's not worth it. So flat for me here. You ever used FIP retracement or extension for levels? Yeah, OTE, like I said. ETH found support at previous week's low. Yeah, just gonna stick to Bitcoin for now. Do you think there's a lot of demand sitting in the gray box you just deleted around 36.3, 36.7? Yeah, this one here. I mean, I actually think there's a bigger chance that we see an acceleration lower and bounce from somewhere below here and below here than from here. I mean, it's a very small consolidation, and a lot of people were watching this area, were longing this. I was watching this as well, but yeah, if it's real demand, you don't want to see price spend a lot of time there. If it nukes in there and it keeps ranging there, the chances of it breaking through are increasing a lot. You want to see a quick move, boom, and then a wick, right? And that's not what we got. So everyone who's longing here gets basically too much time to long it, which makes me think that it's more likely that we range here and then take out those people by another dump in this gray box and then continue higher from there and go for the retest from there. Makes sense? Like your updates. When are you going to post in Discord again? My Discord group is open again. Opened it last week. I have the link to my website in the description. If you want to take a look. Can you please chart any alts like Avax, Sol, Atom, just quick levels? Can you check the Sol? Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, I think there's a good chance we bounce from here. But yeah, no setup for me. Okay, let's do some alts then. Sol. What's all of this? Yeah, real demand for Sol is gonna be resting below 50 in my opinion. This was the consolidation that led to the big upside here to 50, right? Probably some people were longing this. But yeah, this one's obviously gonna be way stronger. So as for spot buys, I'd be watching sub 50. That's definitely a good buy, at least for a bounce play towards like 150, 140, in my opinion. And yeah, low time frame. Yeah, obviously bearish, right? Took out the highs, retest, sold off this morning, just, well, these last couple days. Took out highs here into supply, previous support acting as resistance. So at least these lows probably. And either we sweep those and then you wait for the reclaim of the weekly open. So what's your trigger then? Wait for the sweep. Wait for the reclaim. So even if it sweeps previous weekly low or sweeps previous monthly low, wait for the reclaim of the weekly and daily open. And then you have your invalidation either below here or below here, and then you target monthly open, previous week's high, and then into this supply here from this high, this range low, sorry. And if it reclaims this, then I think there's a good chance that we'll be trading towards range EQ, sorry. It's the same with Bitcoin, right? If you have different demand levels and you're not sure where you think price is going to bounce, like I said earlier, you don't want to blindly buy every level unless you have strict risk management rules and know you're gonna come out profitable. And otherwise, you just want to be watching an area of confluence of different key levels and areas, and you just let price do its thing, let price go as low as it wants to, and wait for the reclaim. If it bounces from here and reclaims, then that's your long invalidation here. If it decides to dump lower and reclaims from there, then that's your long invalidation here. And if it doesn't reclaim, you simply don't long. Atom. Oof. Yeah, same for this one pretty much. Real demand gonna be sitting around here with this clean low below. So either look for longs on the sweep into this demand, and otherwise wait for a reclaim. So yeah, just took out quite some liquidity actually. A shit ton of lows here. And low time frame demand. Resting here. So if it nukes a little lower and then reclaims this, then I think there's a good chance that we'll be revisiting previous week's high and then up to this high into this resistance. And then this would be your long, invalidation below the low, target up here. Shorts are building above price action. When I looked earlier, I saw there was 31 billion in stop losses above current Bitcoin PA. Yeah, let's take them out. What are you thinking about that correction as a whole, and how does it affect by macro situation? I mean, if we saw correction, it was in the charts. You don't need to find a reason for a move every time. It's always like, why did it dump? I mean, it dumped because it dumped and because it wanted to. Don't look for a reason for everything. It happened, get over it, trade it. Long a reclaim of weekly open sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I think I will. I think we're trapping shorts here. People expecting the lows and then that we trap them. But yeah, I could be wrong. As I said, I'm not long. I'm either long from lower or from the reclaim of this, or shorting the pump in here. Target lower. Shorts have a pretty good invalidation as well if we pump into the monthly open from here. As you see, OTE, supply, key levels, broken demand here, lining up beautifully. So shorting here, invalidation there, target there. Makes sense. Okay, if that's clear, I'm gonna go off. You heard my plans. If you missed the first part, you'll be able to rewatch after I end this. It will be uploaded to YouTube, so no worries. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube. Thanks to PrimeXBT for sponsoring. And yeah, we'll do this again. So I'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye.